Hey there, welcome to our channel. In this video, we're going to share an amazing story that teaches us valuable lessons about financial planning and the importance of investing. So let's dive into the story and learn some wise lessons along the way. In the heart of Africa, nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, there was a village where life moved to the rhythm of the drums and the stars. And in this village, beneath the light of a shimmering moon, sat Mama Nia, a woman whose age was written not on her face, but in the wisdom that shone from her eyes. Every evening, when the sun had dipped below the horizon and the fireflies began their silent symphony, the village children would gather around Mama Nia. They would sit on the soft earth beneath the sprawling branches of a giant baobab tree and listen intently as she wove tales as old as time itself. As these were not just stories, they were life lessons disguised as adventures, each word a seed planted in their young minds. Tonight, as the full moon painted the sky with silver, Mama Nia began, "My children, gather close. Let me tell you a story passed from my mother's mother, a story from long, long ago. A story about planting today, so tomorrow may bloom." And thus began the tale of Kofi the hunter. Now, in the village of Tamba, nestled amidst fields of gold and silver, lived a young hunter named Kofi. He was known throughout the land for his bravery, his strength, and the wild tales he brought back from the hunt. His days were filled with the thrill of the chase, his nights with feasts and laughter, and his spear never returned empty. He lived each day to the fullest, enjoying the spoils of the hunt, sharing stories and laughter with friends, and saving nothing for the future. But his neighbor, old Baba Meka, was a man of few words and simple ways. Each month he set aside a few seeds, not to eat but to plant. "One seed today," he would murmur, "a forest tomorrow." The children would giggle at his words, but the adults nodded knowingly, for they understood the wisdom in his words. Years turned into seasons, and one day the rains failed to come. The land grew dry and hard, the trees bore no fruit, and the animals, seeking greener pastures, left the village. Game grew scarce, the hunts were long, and the laughter in the village faded. One evening Kofi came home from a fruitless hunt, his steps heavy, his head bowed. He looked out at the parched land, the empty granaries, and the gaunt faces of his people. It was then he remembered Baba Meka and his endless sowing. Filled with a mix of shame and hope, Kofi approached Baba Meka's hut. There in the small garden, amidst the withered plants, stood a lone chicken, a goat, and a well of water. It was then that Kofi understood the depth of Baba Meka's wisdom. Through the years, while everyone else had reaped only hardship from the land, Baba Meka had been quietly building his wealth, not in gold or silver, but in the surest riches, food, water, and trade. With newfound respect and humility, Kofi asked Baba Meka to teach him the ways of the farmer. Baba Meka, known for his taciturn nature, simply nodded and led by example. Day after day, Kofi toiled alongside the older man, learning the patient art of planting, nurturing, and harvesting. As the seasons turned and the land bloomed once more, so did Kofi's understanding. He realized that true wealth lay not in the thrill of the hunt or the immediate joy of consumption, but in the patient, unwavering growth that mirrored the steady climb of the sun in the sky. Finally, when the first fruits ripened and the fields turned golden, Kofi, though still a hunter at heart, had become a farmer too. He had learned to respect the land, to invest his earnings, and to secure his future. Time went on, and Kofi grew old, yet his fields remained bountiful. His goats bore strong kids, and his chickens laid speckled eggs. Though the thrill of the hunt had faded, he was content. In his old age, he was a man of peace, his children and grandchildren working alongside him, ensuring the legacy of both the hunter and the farmer continued in their family. And as the tale reached its end, Mama Nia, her voice soft as the night breeze, said, "So you see, children, The world keeps turning, and with it, life goes on. You may not see the fruit of your efforts today, but one day your children will sit in the shade of the tree you have planted. The children, their eyes shining with understanding, sat in silence, absorbing the profound wisdom woven into the tale. Under the cloak of the starlit sky, they pondered the timeless lesson, saving a little from what you earn and letting it grow over time. That is the path to building true wealth. And so the Moonlight stories continued under the ancient baobab tree, each tale a step towards wisdom, each lesson a seed planted in the fertile minds of the eager young villagers. As the generations passed, the stories echoed, ensuring that the spirit of Kofi and Baba Maker lived on, not in the fading echoes of a hunt, but in the rustling leaves of a prosperous farm, reminding all who listened that the true strength lay not in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but in the quiet dignity of planting for the future. Thank you for joining us on this journey through an African folktale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment with your favorite part of the story. We'd love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends. Your support means everything to us. We'll see you next time for another captivating story. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the world through our stories.